You're good to go?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talk to Danielle podcast. I am your host, Danielle C. Baker. And before we start the episode, just as usual, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to whichever channel you're listening or watching from. And today is also very different because this episode is brought to you by the Self Esteem Doctor, the lovely Dr. Simone Alicia. And she's wonderful. I would not how can I say this? I would not recommend somebody unless I truly believe in the work that they do. And you know that I work with children. So to me, that's something that's very important. And she does amazing work for building confidence and self esteem in your children. So if you're a parent or a teacher who wants to inspire your children with more confidence, you really have to go check out the Self-Esteem Doctor Online Academy. I will drop the link below in the comments so you can have a look at it and just enroll in her academy. You'll see that there's so many programs there that can help the children, and it'll just boost your children's confidence and give you peace of mind for your family as well, seeing the beautiful work that happens within your child. So again, check the link below to see the online academy. She does amazing work. So with that being said, I am introducing today my new guest. I love the work that she does. We met a few years back with RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, and I just love I love her energy. I love the work that she does, and I'm really happy that she agreed to come on. So today I have the beautiful Isabelle Boily. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm really happy to have you.
Thank you. My pleasure. I'm very excited.
Now, I always start off, and I had a really long introduction today, but I always start off with asking, talk about yourself. I don't like reading somebody's bio because it just doesn't come across. So can you kind of tell us your story and how you got to where you are today?
I got a very long story, so I'm going to try to cut it short. But I've been traveling a lot and living abroad, and the past experience was I was living in Europe, and I had a bed and breakfast over there, and married and stuff, and then my beautiful life kind of exploded, like it does sometimes, and it was actually the big turning point of something magical. I didn't love the situation, but I love what came out of it. And so I had to move back to Canada. And now this is where I am. I bought this little tiny shack in the woods in Charlevoix by the river. And I had the opportunity to restart my life the way I wanted to do. So that's what I did. I kind of hide here and I sat down and I'm like, okay, what do I really want in life? Where do I want to go? What is my purpose? I had no idea. I was like really starting from scratch, but I had a positive mindset. I was like, okay, let's do this. And I took the time, and actually I took a lot of time because it's been 6 years. But it was amazing. And I took care of myself. That's something that was difficult. I never took the time for that. I took care of myself, and everything that was doing me good, I decided to take a course of it, like a formation. A course.
Training, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yes, I was training myself like with massage therapists, Reiki, all kind of holistic stuff that was making me feel good. And it was just because I had the time to do so, and I wanted to learn, why does it feel good? Like how can I turn this later on to help? And doing all this, it kind of made my path to figure out where I want to go, with who and how. And I just embark into an amazing journey, and I'm so happy to be here today, where I am with you and talking about it.
Yes, and we were saying before we started recording how you're kind of living my dream in terms of where you are with that beautiful home. You built it up, you decorated it the way you want, with the land and the animals and everything. It's just I live vicariously through you, having your coffee in the morning on your, you just have this beautiful view, and that's wonderful. I just love it. Yeah, I like to ask the defining moment. You already kind of explained that, but this is something that I talk a lot with people lately, with some of the clients that I work with, about reevaluating, reassessing your life and where you are. Later on, when we think that our life is established and we're good to go, but something happens, and then we're figured it's time to do what I want to do. How would you, with your experience, how would you describe what goes on in our minds when we realize that we're finally building the life that we want, when we're actually realizing that we're not going with what people are expecting from us, or it's really the life that we want to build? What goes on in our mind, in our heads, when that happens?
I think these things goes into your heart first, because
Yeah.
everybody thought I wasn't thinking straight. They all thought, like, what's wrong with you? Like, you had something bad happen to you. Okay, get yourself back together. And no, I'm actually doing great. I decided to choose myself. So it was what was going on in my heart was like, it was something bigger than me. I had to do it. I cannot go back. I didn't want to repeat those same mistake again and again, and losing everything and restarting anew all the time. I was like, oh, I'm getting older. I need to just thrive and do things like, I want to bloom. I got
Yeah.
to do this. And things were like really stronger. And I noticed that what was going on in my mind, I was like, am I doing the right thing? It's so difficult because I lose so much people along the way, all the good friends. And I thought it were some people that were stay there, family. My relation with family has changed too. Nobody really understand why you decide to choose yourself and doing things for you. And I'm thinking, this is a simple thing. We should all do that. That's normal. And nobody does. And when you do, I don't know, it really bothers a lot of people.
It does. And you've actually touched on many things. Or first, everybody thinks you're crazy. And if you don't listen to your heart, if you're not in your heart space and you're in your head, you're going to start believing that maybe you are crazy. But it's that those relationships, and we're not ready for that either, is the people that you thought were for life start to wean off, and it's like that they don't understand, or they're not benefiting from what you used to do. So they kind of peel, they kind of move away, and that's an adjustment as well. But I love how you said it. You don't want to have to start over again and rebuild. And this is it. Like, you're building for everybody else now. It's time to build for me. So I love that you said that. Nobody talks about that, and we need to really address it. First of all, it's normal to want to do something for yourself. That's what we're here for. And unfortunately, you do have to let go of some people that are close, and that's okay, because you're going to meet some amazing people that are going to be just as close that you never thought would add to value to your life. So I think it's great that you mentioned that. Kind of rolls into my next question, which is, these are things that we're not taught. We're taught, you get a good job, get a, job security, a little nest for when you were ready to retire, the happy, married life, kids, dogs and cats, whatever the scenario, the portrait of a perfect life is. What do you think that we should be taught early on to help us with these transitions, and to help us not have to start over so many times before we actually say, okay, no, that's it. Now I'm doing this for me?
I think it would be I've been told that, though. I think it would be like to listen to our inner voice. But the thing is, we've been told this all the time. We just don't know how it works. I've been told this, like, oh, listen to your guts. What is a gut? When I'm 5 years old, I don't know what a gut is. I have no idea. And I think life is taking you there. So any advice are always there, are good. They're stuck in your mind. And one day, sometimes it takes years to figure out, that's what she meant.
Yeah.
But this thing is, I think, yeah, listen to your own voice, and learning how to do, teaching how to do it. And it just bring me to a point where I would love, like, my purpose and everything I do now is also to give and share and teaching kids. That's what I want. I want to start school where all the journey I just have now, if I had learned that earlier, without having parents, or it's fine, you have your parents, but we all have limiting beliefs, and we just throw them on our kids or on everybody, and that's just the way it is. But what if we could empower those kids with self-confidence, with saying, okay, your guts is talking to you, and if that's what it is, this is the right thing for you to do, and you offer them guidance. But yeah, this is something that as soon as all my business go and I get the return of it, I want to give back by building empowering school. And I want to empower the first school I want to build. I wanted to go with the First Nation, because it's something that living in Canada, we know that it's there, and they carry something so deep and for so long, and it's so, I don't know, I wish I can just,
I know,
the love I have and all the
just to have that freedom released. No, absolutely. And you're right, it's not just, I think that's what we do as adults, maybe because we don't understand it very well either, is we'll say, listen to your gut, listen to your heart. Everybody will feel it differently, so we need to take that step further and say, how does it feel in your, where do you feel it? Because I might feel it in my gut, you might feel it in your heart, some people will feel it in their, so again, it has to go further than that. And that's children, when you're teaching somebody, I find that that's one of the best therapies as well, because it helps you figure out what's going on in you. And children are the best therapists in the world, I believe. That's why I always gravitated to them, is as you're teaching them how to navigate this crazy world, they teach you how to actually show up in this crazy world, and then living in the moment, living in the present. And then nothing is a problem to them until we make it a problem for them. So they're just like, but and I just did it because I wanted to.
The roots is the children. I mean, we do our work and we go back to the roots of the problem and stuff. And what are the roots? That's actually those little sprout coming out, is like the kids. So if we just try to build this better, then they will grow into humans. They're already amazing humans, but
they have so much to give and so much to teach us. I love it. In that kind of transition in our lives as we get older, there's that trying to figure out who we are now, and but life still happens, right? We still have our aging parents. We kind of called it the sandwich generation, where we take care of the young, we take care of the elderly. So, taking care of aging parents, caring for animals, you rescue animals. I love that. And we'll talk about that later, how people can follow and watch you rescue these animals and encounter foxes and stuff. I just love how this is a normal day for you. It's like, I think there are coyotes. I might just stay in today. So, but, can you share some tips or advice on how do you keep a balance? You manage all of this, but you still try to, you have to take time for yourself and find that balance. So do you have any advice or tips you can share?
I think that being able to do so, I do it, it's so naturally. The animals comes to me, the elderly people with problems too. and it's just normal for me. I'm a caregiver. I want to help. So it's something that is inside of me. So I'm doing it naturally. But I'm surprised how I handle this very good. Like, it wouldn't be that easy if I throw back 10 years ago. I wouldn't have done that the same way. But I think taking care of myself for those 5 years since I got back, uh, living the life that you said I'm a dream life. Yeah, I do have my tiny little house in the middle of nowhere. I don't have much social life, but I connect with nature. I healed myself. And
Mhm.
and doing that, so I kind of got I attract animals. I attract good stuff. I got the flow, positive things coming to me. And this is how I do it. If I was tired, like I just did take care, like you probably saw that I was taking care of my dad who almost died, and I decided to take him out of the hospital where he was, and it was going downhill, and they were making kind of mistake on him, and I was like,
Mm.
no. It's not my dad. This is not true what they are saying. And I got a little bit like, I got doubts. I'll take the chance. And I took him
Yeah.
home with me here in a tiny little 20 by 20 house. So he was sleeping in the living room. I built up it was very tight. It was not a lot
Mhm.
of people would have done it. But I was like, okay, I know it's just for a short time. I'm going to put him back on his feet and give him back his freedom. He hated me
Mhm.
for it. And I just kept
Really.
going. And I decided that no, I have a mission. You're gonna get into a nice apartment where you're gonna feel safe and you're gonna be in shape. And I think I not I think I know I succeed. I just move out. And but it's funny how much I gave a lot, and I was extremely patient. I don't know where I took that, but I was very patient. And when he left, I just kind of closed the door and I was like, okay, now it's my turn. Because I
Mm.
knew I was running on batteries and energy that I had, but I was
Yeah.
getting at the end of it. And it's been 2 weeks and I went to see him a couple of times and we talk a bit, but I said, okay, I need time for me and I'm taking it. Before I
Mm.
wouldn't, but now I knew I need it. I give everything, but I need to recharge. So I just close my door and I'm doing things for myself. I still sit down, I get the little animals running around. I'm going for walks in nature, swimming in the cold water, and I take care of myself and I jump back in my project because I postponed my entire life. I stopped
Mhm.
working and I just spent like 4 months dedicated to my dad. And I'm glad I did. It was
Mhm.
difficult, but I had amazing moment with him, and I'm so grateful for it. He also has the Parkinson, the degenerative one,
Yeah.
and so he doesn't really shake, but it's yeah,
It's
everything
affecting him. Yeah.
slowly. So it was a precious time. It was difficult, and I was like, this is like a gift I'm having to have my dad here. So I enjoy every moment of it. But now I'm very sorry, Dad. I'm very happy that he's at his own apartment for a while.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there for a long time. He's sick. He's in a safe place nearby
Yeah.
and visit him. So yeah. So doing this, and now I have to go back to my work, and I'm taking other job too because I need to see people. So I like to take part-time job in the area, so I get to
Yeah.
get normal life and the animals and stuff. I mean, they're just coming my way. And when they come and I have to rescue baby birds or stuff like that and feed them
Yeah.
25 times a day, I just do it. I build up my life so I have freedom to help my parents if they need to. I have freedom to decide of my own schedule. And I got it. And that's why I'm able to live this life.
Mm.
Not an extravaganza life, but I think it's a good thing. It's like a wealthy life just to be able to choose and have the freedom to do what
Yeah.
you want when you want it.
Yeah. That freedom doesn't necessarily is not necessarily what everybody makes it out to be. It's to be able to have that flexibility. And you brought up a good point too. Like you helped your dad because you wanted to, and you were ready for it. But when we do it because what will people think if I don't, or things like that, that's when you start resenting having to take care of an aging parent, or you feel guilty for saying I'm kind of happy that he's found his place now, but you can say this, and and be so authentic about it to say I appreciated that time with them. Now I can come back to me. It's okay. It's not selfish. It's not, it's not nothing like that. It's the reality of it, and people still are not talking about that. The reality of it's okay if you need that time for yourself and finding that balance. So
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
feel
that's
sorry
amazing.
about it at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry. No, I'm
Sorry,
saying
not sorry.
fine. We had a time frame. It's done. My job is done. Now you go back.
That's right. And that's
But
that's perfectly normal. That's a healthy way. You have your boundaries and say, okay, we're ready to move on now. Spread your wings.
yeah,
That's too funny. Love you, Dad. But yeah, you gotta get I love it. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Is there can you share? I'm not gonna force you if you don't want to, but is there something that people don't know about you that you would like to share? Like something like a fun fact or a talent or anything that nobody really knows about you?
I think nobody knows nothing about me. I found myself fabulous. And nobody knows
Hey, is
because
that
the only people who knows are the dogs and the foxes and the coyote. Like I'm not out there as yet. Um, there's two things I love to do. I used to be a social butterfly, and through the years, I became very more into myself and surrounded with the nature, and that makes me feel good. But it comes back. I want to share that now. So I think it just sometimes you just go back to come back better and
yeah.
share everything with more content. And so that's the one part. I love to sing. I put that on the side, and I was a very good singer, and I was very, very shy for years about it. And worked in Bosnia, and I started singing over there for the people on the camp. And I was in a communication, and yeah, so I was doing this on evenings and singing very shy with my broomstick and the microphone, and it was hilarious. And at some point, when I moved to the Caribbean, because I had a couple of life before, and in the Caribbean, I was singing a lot. We had this place where we could just go and sing, and I enjoy it so much. And I could have probably made a career out of it, but I didn't trust and have enough self-confidence. I never felt enough.
Yeah.
And so I never pushed this. I was full of, I think everything I was touching, I could have succeeded grandly, but I never, I needed I need people. I was always looking for people to come with me and come and walk with me and doing it with me. And I never found anybody. And that's life too. And yeah, I just turned 50 yesterday, and
Know that.
and I
Oh my God.
I'm very happy of where I am, and I don't feel 50 at all.
Mm.
I had a couple of discussions with a neighbor, and I was like, I feel like I passed beside the life I could have. Like there was so many big dreams I wanted, and I never realized them. And now that I'm 50, and so this morning, a lot of friends like, so how do you feel? Do you feel old? This? I said, you know what? I feel great. I feel great because I feel like I just had a big kick in the butt, a positive one. Where now it's like, oh yeah, but now that you have the half of your life and you have less to go. I said, no, 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 no. I'm 1 for 17, and I'm gonna die in my sleep. So I program. So I still have more to go, and I want to do it right this time. So it was like this morning I got up. I'm like, okay, this is the first day of the rest of my life. So how do I do that? And I'm super happy, happier than yesterday. Yesterday I was worried.
Oh
Today,
no.
yeah, yes, and today I'm just like really into it, and good things are happening. I'm happy that you came to me to
Yeah.
do this and share, and yeah, I think life is beautiful. What was
That's
it?
wonderful. No, no, no. You gave us a lot, just telling us stuff that people don't know. I didn't know you, like the singer in the Caribbean life. That's
I'm gonna
amazing.
sing again.
Yeah.
I gotta get rid of that nose thing, And after that, I'm going to practice again. I put that on the side, and I love to sing, and sing was making me feel good, but I was in a
Yeah.
healing process. And for some reason, the singing was not part of it. But
No,
now it's the
why
voice.
not?
I'm going to share it. Yeah, I'll do
That
that.
is absolutely beautiful and fabulous at 50. I would have never given you that. So this is inspirational. Anybody who is watching the video, you just take inspiration from Isabelle. She's just absolutely
I'm
beautiful,
gonna do
living it, living it. I love it. And this is why I love at the age where we're at is just we're just happy. And I'm gonna steal this from you. I love this positive kick in the butt. That should be a new term. Positive kick in the butt.
Oh yeah, that was a big one too, and I think like I had
Yeah.
a lot of friend back up there that were just like, "Oh, you gonna do it?"
Yeah, you
They
definitely
pushed
are
me
gonna
out of
do
the
it.
bed this morning. I was still asleep. I was like, "Okay, what's going on?"
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
another thing that a lot of people talk about is as we get older, our mind is still young. The body does not always want to follow the energy that our brain has. So that's another wake up call. It's just that, yeah.
you can change that too, and I believe
Yeah,
now that's what I said to myself. I'm getting up, and every breath I take and every step I make, my body regenerate and will follow everything I have. I don't know. I
I
feel
love
great.
it.
I hope
I
tomorrow
love
I feel great too.
it. You will. You will. This is part of the training that we had is we can do everything we want with our body. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you wish you would have gotten sooner that would have made your life easier, let's say, like if you would have gotten this piece of advice if you could go back?
Nah, not really, because like we were talking about earlier, like all those advice that I receive, I had to live my life to figure out
Yeah.
what it was. I mean, there's a lot of good advice, but I'm a stubborn little brat. And so advice, I don't take much. I like to
Right.
own experience. And yeah, some stuff that I heard before, I noticed like, that's what she
That's what it
I
was.
should have listened, but then, it's good. I have to do my experience. And I
Yeah,
think no matter what, like if you're not ready for those advices, it's not gonna get in. So,
that is so true. Yeah, if you're not ready to receive that message.
and trust you, that's the thing. If you have to, my advice would be if you have to work on one thing as a woman, as a human, self-confidence,
Hmm.
work on that. Be
Yeah.
confident of what you are and what you do, and that what you can achieve. It's like the self-esteem and self-confidence is so important. Yeah, that would be my advice. If you have to
Hmm.
work on one thing and do some uh, healing or whatever, just focus on self-confidence. Once you have that, I think everything is possible. And this is not that complicated. Self-confidence, is it? It's complicated to achieve, but it's a word that everybody understand. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Yeah, they understand, but may not necessarily know how to work it. But yeah,
No, but if
everybody,
you Google self-confidence and go get it.
yeah, go get it. That's right.
Yeah, there's like coaches and there's like any kind of stuff, but like, yeah,
Yeah,
upgrade your self-confidence and work on that. And
that's right.
then you're
That
gonna be unbreakable.
That's right. And this is completely unscripted. This wasn't planned, but yeah, this episode is brought by the self-esteem doctor, Simone Alicia. She is the self-confidence guru. So check
Voilà.
her out as well. This was not planned. We were just plugging that one in. We're
Yeah,
ad-libbing,
that's what you
improvising.
said. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
check.
and that's so funny. Yeah, you got to give it a try. Everybody listening, you definitely have to check. She has amazing energy. That self confidence comes through, and she works a lot with children and youth. But adults, we need that too as well, especially when we're transitioning into a different part of our life. It kind of we kind of question everything that
But
we're
don't
doing.
get me wrong, self-confidence, like as
Mhm.
much as I can, like a lot of people told me all my life, oh, you're so confident. I wasn't. Maybe
Mhm.
that's the energy I show, but still, there's some morning I feel like, ah,
Yeah,
but I do have the tools to switch it around. So sometimes I do take a moment where I feel like crap and I just sit down and I eat my ice cream and I say, and I do the drama in the mirror and I love it. And then I start laughing. I'm like, okay, are you done?
That's right.
and turn it around with some tools I have. And I just, yeah.
Yeah, just embrace the moment. It's going to happen and then move on. Yeah, that's good. I love that.
It's important to take those little down moments too, because they just make you realize how wonderful you are after. So we need the reality check back, you know.
I love that. I absolutely love it. I could talk to you all day, honestly. We could do this. It's amazing. What's coming up for you? Yeah, that's right. That's right. You work on your own time. You could do this around the clock. I love it. What's coming up for you? Do you have anything new coming up? Any new projects?
Yes,
Working.
I do. I have this wonderful program that I'm building up for 5 years now, but that's going to be for a lot of things later on. But now I'm focusing on one that is about success and for entrepreneur, because the path was such a difficult path, and if I can just give the power. And so I'm putting that 1 month, 30 days to soaring success, and what I'm working on right now. And I think
amazing.
One thing I want to tell too, that I love to say that the life is like a movie, and this is your movie and you're the director. So you can choose to have a very sad movie, or you can choose to have a beautiful one. You can change the script anytime you want. It's your movie. So make this movie the movie of your life and make it fabulous. So that's my gift to all of you. Create your own movie, and you can just create the best movie ever. You can change it. Sometimes we need a little drama in our movie, but then you always have a good outcome. It doesn't have to be.
That's right. That's right. It is a choice. I love it. I love that analogy. It's you're the director. You can change it. And I love that. I really do like that. Before we share with people how they can follow you, how they can work with you, I always like to ask this one question, and is what would you like to be when you grow up?
I love it. Well, I want to be just the best version of myself. What I want to be, I want to be the person that will share with others. And when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a farmer, an artist, and a teacher. And I think today I got my little farm, like, okay, maybe just only for chicken, but I do have wildlife coming to me, so that counts. And the farming and the teaching, that's what I came out to with the last 5 years, is to give back and teach what I've learned in life. And the onstage thing, well, talking about it, being there, I think that's the part of being on stage and in front, and putting my artist and the singing. Yeah, of course, I'm going to start that.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. Yeah. And it's something that we do in the training that we've had with RTT, is always going back to what did you like when you were a child, and that's how you can find your purpose. It's one of the ways that you can find your purpose. So I love asking that question to keep us going, keep us evolving, and seeing where we're at with our lives right now. I think it's great. And I love that you're actually kind of living it. It was maybe not planned that way, but that's where you're at now, is, you've got your animals, your farm, your land, and
and that's what I teach too. It's like how to manifest, and it's so easy. We make it complicated, but it's so easy. These are the things that I programmed when I was a kid without knowing it, and today I'm sitting in it, in that decor. The house I got there, I was in Europe, and I was imagining it. Like, I want a house in the field. I want to be near the water and the mountain. And it just happened. It just happened. And I wanted at this price, at this place, that 2 minutes walk from my mom. And it was right there. So I took it.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's the other thing too. It's one thing to dream it, but you gotta do it. You gotta take the action. You gotta take it.
when it passed, I'm like, hey, this is all I've been asking for. I'll
Mhm.
I'll, I'll jump on the train, and take whatever
Yeah,
I ordered. Yep.
I love it. I just, yeah, it was just delivered to you. There it is. That's
But
awesome.
now that I understand that, now I have bigger demands.
Yeah, that's a good teachable moment right there. Now that I know, there's more to
Don't
come.
be shy in your demands; they come. So I should
Yeah,
have hoped for a bigger house because that one is very small. I like it though, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
big.
something to That's good. How can people reach you, follow you if they want to, learn more about your
I'm
program? Leslie?
I'm on TikTok. I'm not posting a lot of stuff about my work because, yeah, I think I post more about my little life and the birds and things like that. So on TikTok is Isabella the Success Elevator and Success Elevator. And I have my website too, isabelleboily.com, that I'm currently changing. So in a couple of days and weeks, it's going to be more up to date.
Nice.
And on Facebook as well at Isabelle Boily and Success Elevator.
Nice. And I'll put all of those handles on the comments as well in the description so people can follow you. So, again, I could talk to you all day, but thank you so much for coming on and inspiring us to keep going with our lives and not question what we're doing, but to follow our heart, wherever that looks like, your gut, your heart, or whichever way it comes up for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see your program, how it's going to develop.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much. And for everybody watching, again, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow Isabelle Boily as well. Check the comments and the description for her, where you can contact her. And again, don't forget to check out the Self-Esteem Doctors Online Academy with Dr. Simone Alicia. Wonderful. She works with children and teenagers, but she also works with adults. So if you need that little self-esteem or self-confidence boost, she'll definitely help you with that. So again, thank you so much. Until then, stay safe, stay awesome, and we will talk soon.